Hello, everyone. Welcome to Entrepreneurs of Color Spotlight. My name is Yi Li Vu, and I am the Adult Services and Engagement Librarian at the Appleton Public Library. Um, this EoC Spotlight is brought to you by the Appleton Public Library, ColorBold Business Association, and UW-Madison Division of Extension, where we share a mission and support and empower business owner of Northeast Wisconsin. We also received a grant from Community Vision Fund within the Community Foundation for the Fox Valley region to be able to continue doing Entrepreneurs of Color Spotlight. Today, I have a young entrepreneur with me, and we are going to be able to learn more about this individual's journey of becoming a realtor. And if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce everyone to Yengkong Xiong.
Hey everybody.
Hi, Yengkong. How are you?
Doing good. I'm excited to be interviewed.
Yeah, thank you so much for being a part of our Entrepreneurs of Color Spotlight. We're very thankful to have you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit more about who you are?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Appleton, in Appleton, Wisconsin. So I grew up going to like Highlands Elementary School to Wilson and Appleton West, and then I ended up going to get my business management associate's degree at the Fox Valley Tech before I got into my career now. Did you want me to explain how I got to my career?
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and explain how did you get into real estate?
Yeah, so I'm sure Yi has heard this multiple times because we met and I told her my story. But so right at the very beginning, being a realtor or a real estate agent even sparked in my mind. I could lead it back to when during those high school projects or like those I'll call it projects where you had to kind of like select your career and then you had to explore it and like everything from duties to how to get there, what qualifications you need, and the salary that it will pay. I kind of stumbled across being a realtor, and that really intrigued me. And so I did my project based off of that. And after like researching and liking how you're pretty much your own boss, I love that aspect of it. So I finished that project, and then I graduated high school, and that's where it kind of like got real and serious. Coming from like a big family, a lot of us we just went to college right away. So I was kind of scared to take the leap into being a realtor or even learning how to become that. So I took the safer route, I guess, and chose the community college, Fox Valley Technical College, and that's where I got my business management degree, associate's in business management degree. It was really hard for me because I was led up to become a retail manager from my degree. And once I completed my associate's degree, I kind of like had a think to myself, and I had to like reflect on my life and where I want to go. I could either choose this safe retail job that was kind of handed to me because I was being trained at my intern there, so they kind of already knew who I was. Mm-hmm. So I was lined up to become a manager there, or I could choose the other side, which is like being a real estate agent. What I liked when I first started researching back in high school 2 years before. So I kind of like talked to myself and talked to my girlfriend, of course, and then I finally decided to just kind of leave all that schooling stuff behind and that job behind in that retail space. And I decided to jump into becoming a realtor for Wisconsin. And the way that I got started was my brother is pretty well connected throughout the Appleton community. So he knows a lot of like people that's a lot of the big players in the Fox cities here. And once I kind of told my family like, hey, I kind of want to pursue I just finished my degree and I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Now I want to pursue real estate, becoming a realtor. And then my brother was like, oh yeah, I know this guy. His name is Lucky Yang, works for Creative Results, has a bunch of cool guys like Too Long and them. that are like producing that are really well producing agents, and they do really good job. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Let me if you just connect me to them, and he connected me to Lucky Yang, which is now my mentor. I had pretty much just had a lunch with him, and then he kind of explained the whole process, and it was really cool because he was relatively new that at that time too. When I asked him, when I had my lunch with him, he was about, I want to say, 6 months in, and he was like really thriving in that business. So after hearing his stories and how he was able to get licensed and all the steps all the way to get officially licensed, I kind of followed his steps and took his I took his route that he gave me, and then I got licensed through, I want to say, a Keller Williams licensing school, kind of in the Pier, I believe. And then once I passed my state exam, I was officially licensed to be able to sell real estate and help people buy and sell. And that's when I kind of officially chose Creative Results Corporation as my brokerage to work under. So that's the gist of my story.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there's so many different real estate firms and brokers to work with, but can you share a little bit more? Why did you choose Creative Results? I know that they are one of the very first Hmong real estate firm in Wisconsin. They probably came here in, I can't remember what year, so you might have to tell me
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
think
wrong, but
somewhere in like 2015. That's where we kind of started the Appleton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you share a little bit about that?
Yep. So what I would tell my agents, new agents, is to kind of interview brokerages and see which one fits you. And that's kind of what I did. I interviewed the bigger companies like Keller Williams and Colwell, and then Creative Results also. And just like the culture and the people also kind of like drew me into Creative Results. One of the key factors as to why I chose Creative Results was because of my mentor, Lucky Yang. He was able to allow me to shadow him for, I want to say, for like a whole month or a month and a half, where I was able to actually get to learn the experience and actually be in there while he's doing showings, or he's doing like buyer's consultations and seller consultations. So having that experience to just kind of shadow somebody that's really successful was like a key factor, a key role into me picking my brokerage firm right now.
That's awesome. It's so important to be able to do the research, like you said.
Yep.
Yeah, no matter what business you go into, that's like a key, is to be able to research and understand the industry as well. So, yeah, so I know you did that. Can you share a little bit how long the process took? Like, how many months before you were able to get licensed and then
Sure.
start selling?
Yep. So getting your license is actually pretty easy. There's not like a lot of like steps or process that you had to do. I believe in the state of Wisconsin, I think it's like 72 hours or 90 hours that's like mandatory that you have to take and learn. And then from those 72 hours or 90 hours, you'll be able to take the state exam, and then that's when you'll just kind of get your license. So there's those two main steps: is to kind of enroll in like a pre-licensing course, which talks about the 14 chapters of like the legal laws and rules that we should abide by, so that we don't get sued as we're moving into this career. So that takes about 72 to 90 hours. I can't remember which one, but there's that course. And then once you pass a practice exam for that course, you'll pass that course, and then that's when you can actually try and attempt at the final exam. So think of it as like there's only two like steps or two roadblocks that you had to pass in order to get your license. So it's really simple. For me, it took less than a month. I would say I'm really good at like studying and like memorizing words and stuff, because during the course there's a lot of like terms, weird terms that I don't even use now, that we had to like know just for the legality of it. And, so there's a lot of terms and stuff like that. So if you're able to like study and like memorize things really quickly, you can pass it fairly easily. Because like I said, I did it within 1 month. Some agents, it takes them like 2 to 3 months, depending on if they can pass their final state exam. And that final state exam takes on average 4 hours to do. So you're sitting there for quite a while you take it. Yeah, so that's the whole process of how to get licensed, and then how to pass, and then how to officially pass your state exam.
Yeah, thank you. What's the most rewarding thing about being your own boss, or in the or as a realtor?
Yeah, so I would say the most rewarding thing is impacting an individual in a major way, right? Because most of the times for clients you're working with, you're either helping them buy a house or you're either helping them sell a house. So and a house, whether you're buying or selling, is like a huge purchase or a huge movement in your life. So being able to help impact them on that big scale individually has been really like self-fulfilling for me. For example, I helped somebody sell their house that because their parents passed away due to old age, and they were just carrying on this house, and they weren't, it wasn't like the right time for them, and they were just paying for, like the monthly fees and taxes for it, which was like inconvenience to them. So just after like talking to them, hearing their story, and being the solution to be there and help them navigate the whole process, because a lot of these times it's like the first time doing it, so they don't really know, they're really clueless on what to do. So me being a realtor and being able to help to guide them is like really self-fulfilling for myself to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you have only been in real estate for a year and a half. So as a very young entrepreneur, realtor, what are some of the challenges that you face?
Yep. So the very first challenge I would like to say that I faced was I got licensed, and officially got licensed in December 2021. So I was 20 at the time, and once I got my license, and then I was in that weird spot where like my circle of influence, so like my friends, family, cousins, and coworkers, they were more from like my family side. I felt like they saw me growing up, so they kind of like view me as like still the little child that doesn't really know what to do yet. So I couldn't really lean on them to help with production wise, or to help them buy or sell, just because I haven't proved to them that I have the skills and knowledge. And from them just seeing me grow up, they still view me as like the little cousin or a brother that they saw growing up. So that was really hard for me to be able to help find clients to work with. And same with friends. Like at age 20, you're not having friends that are buying houses or selling houses. So that was really hard for me to kind of navigate. It took me, I want to say my first transaction, it took me 6 to 8 months to finally be able to find a someone that I knew that was able to kind of take a risk on me and take a chance on me. And then that's when everything started like kind of rolling in my successful way. Where my friends and family, oh yeah, he just closed his house, or he just bought somebody's house. Now he has experience now, and that's when they started to kind of revert their thinking of me, and they start to lean on me for like knowledge and expertise and guidance. So that was one of my hard struggles when I first began. Let's see, another one is another big one that I experienced is so I started working when I was 15 at like McDonald's, and I didn't stop working until up to now pretty much. And I always worked at a place where like you always like clock in and clock out, right? So this year I took the leap to do real estate full time, and I want to say the first month of that, it was really hard for me because I'm so used to like having somebody tell me like, oh, you're working this day, or you're working Monday to Friday, or you're working, these certain hours. And then all of a sudden I don't need to clock in anymore. And I'm the one telling myself to, hey, you need to work these days, or hey, you need to work these certain hours. So it was very hard for me to kind of adjust to that from like multiple years of having somebody to tell me when to work and when to not work, compared to now where I'm able to be my own boss and say I can work this day and work this day. So it took me a month to adjust to that. It was very weird. I want to say the first week I just kind of like didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm
Right.
my own boss, but what do I do now? So it was like that was a real struggle for me as well. But I would say that I'm much better at it now. I'm able to kind of like manage my time more efficiently. So that that's my experience on working 9 to 5 type of deal to now being my own boss. It's been a struggle, but I've been able to manage it.
Good for you. Yeah. Management is so hard, especially being able to prioritize
Mhm.
what you need to do whenever, because you don't have a supervisor, you don't
Yep.
have a team that is telling you that you need to get the work done.
Yep.
So I hear that a lot from business owners too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, you talked a little bit about that it took you 6 months to be able to see your first transaction.
Yep.
During that time, did you also have another job, or what did you do during that time?
Yes. Yeah. Great question. So from December when I first got licensed in 2021, I was working at a local grocery store called Woodman's. Have you heard of Woodman's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I worked there part time all the way up till this year in March when I decided to just jump in full time. So during the first 6 months, it worked perfectly because I was working the morning shift, so like 6:30 to 2:30, and then in the afternoon when like potential clients would be off of work as well, um, I would be able to kind of help them or advise them in that sense, or talk to them in that sense when they're free too. So what I would do is just kind of work in the morning. Um, I want to say I worked 24 hours every week to kind of keep my bills and stuff like that paid, along to help with my girlfriend. And then after I got done working at my part-time job, I was able to kind of do my real estate work, whether it's like working on business cards, websites, or going out to network with people. That's what I kind of did as my routine for the first like 6 months.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So I know you mentioned that you have a mentor,
Yep.
and that was how you got kind of like inspired to be a part of Creative Result. Can you also share a little bit more? What are some of your marketing strategies to be able to get your business going?
Yep. So at first it was very hard. A lot of it is just like the word of mouth when I first started, but now I kind of pivoted to use and leverage social media. So now I mainly just focus on social media, making like videos and stuff, educational videos and walkthrough videos on like my Facebook, and along with like YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. So I have those. That's like my main lead generation right now that I'm focusing on. That I actually enjoyed. I tried like postcards, sending out postcards, door knocking. I tried that once, a few times, and it wasn't my style. So the first year, it took me a little bit to kind of like find what type of lead generation fits me. There's
Mhm,
tons of like different lead generation that some other agents are probably better at, and then I just kind of find my thing at
mhm,
making videos and creating content that way, and leveraging video to find my clients, and kind of have them like come to me in a
mhm.
sense. So that's been my way of lead generation and um, how I've been able to find a lot of my clients.
Yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
I know you do really good video content
Thank
on
you.
social media. I've seen them.
Thank you.
Um, and I think those are really powerful tools that you have, is being present on social media and word of mouth.
Mhm.
So I think you're doing great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's your plan? What's your future plan for your business?
Yeah. So my future plan is I recently just started pivoting to like leveraging social media and videos. So I want to now want to be more consistent and have like a scheduled time or each time that I post a video, so that way I am using the time most efficiently in that sense. And I also want to be creating all sorts of content for all sorts of people to hopefully reach them and maybe help educate them along their way as well. And as for like maybe like 5+ years out, I want to eventually have a team under my own, once I'm able to kind of like carry a blueprint of how to become a successful agent, I want to kind of give back to my community or community and agents under me to kind of like show them like, hey, this is how I did it. These are the things that I've tried and they worked really well for me. And if you believe in like social media or believe in my work that I do, I will kind of give you the blueprints and hopefully support them along the way. So that's one of my goals, is to kind of eventually get a team under me and then train them up as well and kind of build them up.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's so good to hear that, you want to give back, and that it's not just about sales, but it's also
Mhm.
about making impacts in the people that you're helping. And Yengkong, I think you're doing such amazing work,
Thank you.
especially a lot of, our young Hmong boys that are growing up that want to, become realtors,
Oh
that
yeah.
they can, look up to you and listen to your stories. And
Mhm.
lots of people, they're afraid to start being in the real estate industry at such a young age like you. So
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
And I know so many people are looking up to you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I want to, before we leave, I want to know if you can be able to give some advice to, any aspiring business owners or just people who are thinking about becoming a realtor.
Yeah. So for the business owners out, let me speak to that first. So my girlfriend, she kind of has like this entrepreneurship side to her, but she wasn't really sure. It was just like anxious and kind of had anxiety, which everybody does. And so she does stationery. She started her stationery shop, and I was able to kind of like push her on that. And so I would just say, if you have something that you want to start, like side business wise, maybe you want to start this small business over here, like this drink shop, or maybe cleaning cars. I would just say just jump into it, because the worst thing that you can, I want to say the worst thing that happens is that you just or I don't know how to put it, but the worst thing that can happen is just that you fail, and then you'll learn that, hey, maybe wasn't my thing, or maybe this wasn't my calling. So and the best thing is that you'll get experience from that whole like journey of maybe starting a business or something like that. So I was always just uh push my entrepreneur minded people to just start it. For the people that are looking to become real estate agents in Wisconsin, I would say to really focus on uh, let's see here, focus on the, like memorizing stuff just to pass your state exam, and on the other side to really connect to different people within the business, because it's all about like the team that you choose that can help you move forward or kind of like stunt your growth. So kind of like what I did, just kind of interview different brokerages before you finally choose commit to somebody. So that way you kind of know what different companies can provide to you. I would like, I just talked to somebody that was like wanting to become a realtor recently, and I told him that it's really weird that, because once you every time you grow up, or every time you try to apply for a job, you're the one applying for them. But when you're a real estate agent, every company wants to hire you. So you're almost kind of like you're almost like kind of entering the other different teams and brokerages to make sure that it's a good fit for you. So in the job field, the script's gonna be flipped, where you're the interviewer, and they're the interviewee. Yeah,
Mhm.
does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, just focus on finding the right team and the right people that can help build you up and give you experience and give you the training. Then I think you'll do well as a new real estate agent.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ian Kong. I'm so glad that we met, and not only have we been to many other community events and
Oh yeah.
networking sessions together.
Yep.
um, it's great to hear about your journey, and I wish you lots of success,
Awesome.
and
Thank you.
yeah, and have a great time on your vacation.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be coming up soon, but it's good to kind of like reset your mind from just working all the time, and then start fresh when you come back. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm super excited.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Yengkong. Before we all leave, if you are an entrepreneur of color and you would like to be spotlight on our page, you can click to sign up and we'll be in touch with you. Otherwise, have a great evening, everyone. Thanks, Yengkong.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Bye.